I feel like Greg's whole philosophy around all this stuff is his whole thing is I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. I'm not gonna lie to you. But to me, this was you lied. Alrighty, guys, so you already know what's up. We got confirmation on this whole Hussein Farhat not natural drama situation that's going on, and I already made a post on Instagram going saying not too impressed, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why. So Hussein's got this video coming out the truth, and I'm gonna skip past around. We're gonna skip to about 10 minutes here where they go over basically the first 10 minutes is just them talking about the lie that they were telling to say, oh, we're admitting Hussein isn't natural, but then after the 10 minutes, they're going over, no, that was a lie, it was a publicity stunt, this and that. You've probably already watched the video, so we're gonna watch the last 10 minutes, and I'm gonna tell you my opinion on this whole thing, this whole publicity stunt that they were trying to pull off here.
See you next time. Peace. Alright, so everything you just saw in the last video with Greg was a joke. It was planned to be a video where me and Greg make fun of everyone that's saying that I'm not natural because it just doesn't make sense, alright? That was the whole point. We're talking about polymorphisms. We're talking about me being on gear for 16 months and hopping off and keeping all the gains. It doesn't work that way and doesn't make sense. And the whole point was to show how dumb it is by us being extremely serious the whole time to just make fun of the people that are talking about it. And honestly, like, I feel like they're getting paid to make videos on me and saying that I'm not natural.
So their whole idea and logic behind doing this was to make fun of everyone, because one of the main claims that people had, or one of the reasons that people were saying, oh, Hussein's not natural, it's a lot of people say that he started taking steroids right when he started for like the first year, and then he hopped off and he just maintained all the gains, which is obviously impossible. So the whole lie that Hussein and Greg made was to claim, yeah, that's true. For the first 16 months or whatever, he started juicing and he hopped off and he had this weird polymorphism, which is like some genetic disorder or whatever, which allowed him to keep all the gains, and he was able to keep all the gains from all the steroids he was taking. But here's the problem. Greg, when he made that comment on that video, which said, oh yeah, he has the polymorphism, whatever, this and that, he basically doubled down on it. He doubled down on it to go out of his way to respond to questions and stuff that people had, and would double down on the fact that this was true. So a lot of people believed it. So again, he was trying to make a troll, but he not only doubled down on it, but then he didn't post a response video, or there was no other discussion about it other than the fact that he was doubling down on it. So like he never posted, like he let it sit there and boil for like 13 or like 15 hours before they released this video. So at that point, it's not really a troll anymore. If it was a troll, you would make it so either so obvious that it was a troll, or you would, let's say, release a video and have it, like the first half of it, like what they did here. Oh, you know, yeah, we're being so serious about all this polymorphism stuff. And then, you know, the next half, be like, haha, it was a big joke. But he, I mean, made it sound like he was being very serious about the whole thing, and then again, doubled down on the fact by answering people's questions and going as far as to say this needs to be pinned, this needs to be everywhere, that we, you know, we exposed him and whatnot. So it's not he turned it from a troll into a straight up lie, in my opinion. And because he let it sit with people, and obviously he admitted later anyway that, you know, the whole reason they did this, okay, it was to make fun of it, and obviously a publicity stunt to get more people talking about it, and it definitely worked, but leaves a bad taste in my mouth, man.
Sort of steroids. I've never done any SARMs, any peptides, nothing. The thing is, Greg made a comment on a video and he said that I was gonna film that video soon and it was gonna come out. And that's when, literally today, all of the people that I know, like Connor, Jeff, TNF, made a video on me saying that I'm not natural with absolutely no evidence. It's just a comment of Greg, but just Greg saying that I'm not natural, everybody believes it.
Okay, Hussein, bro, I love you, man. I like you and Greg, I'm a big fan of both of you. But the evidence is the fact that you are a business partner with Greg. So the fact that he is calling you out is all the evidence anyone ever needs. You guys are literally partners. So why would Greg call you out on being a fake natty if you were actually natural? Why would he do that then? That's because you guys are business partners and you're in this whole thing together. If he's the one to call you out on it, everyone's gonna believe it. Because he's been like the one who's defending you this whole time and all this stuff. You know, if anyone else calls you out, well, that's just a normal thing. But for Greg to, because he made so many videos talking about, oh, 1 in a million this, 1 in a million that, I mean, of course everyone's gonna believe it.
But again, that was the whole point of the video initially, was just to make fun of people. And now I guess we're seeing like people's true faces. I guess everybody's coming out now and they're against me. Some people, for example, Jeff, I totally get how it could affect his reputation. He was, you know, defending me in the comments in that video that he made. And I just want to say, honestly, without Greg making that comment, I feel like the video would have made a lot more sense because it just goes through like everything. And at the end, after watching, you're like, all right, that makes sense. They're just trolling or they're just kidding. Like, what is a polymorphism?
Yes, that would have made a lot more sense for me anyway. I think that would have been a proper troll. If Greg shouldn't have left the comment. If he didn't leave the comment and you guys just posted that video, I think that would have been totally acceptable, totally fine. No one would have been hurt by it. But another person I really feel bad for in this situation is Jeff Nippard. I mean, he made that whole comment on how he's sorry and this and that, and now it's coming out like he's getting so much hate for this that he felt that he had to make an apology like that, and then you guys just come out of here and say, oh, haha, it was a troll, it was fake. That doesn't seem right to me, and I think Jeff deserves a massive apology from the both of you. 100%, because that's, I mean, you're kind of soiling his reputation here, and I don't think that's okay.
Hussein is a lifetime natural. I know of no polymorphism. This is a made-up word that I don't even know what it technically means. I said it so many times in the video. Now, one thing I did was I posted a comment on, I forget the guy's name. He has over 3 million followers. I wanted people to go read the comment and be like, oh my God, Hussein is going to post something about being a fake natty. And so I did that to stir up more controversy and to try to get him more views. Turns out that a lot of people were disappointed. He's lying. I can't get over this. I'm completely devastated. And I didn't think that through. I was just thinking, how do I create more controversy to get more views, more drama? And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to have the first fake natty, the first fake natty? That's how you say it. And so I posted the comment there. I shouldn't have posted the comment. People are too upset. And so that was my mistake. I shouldn't have posted a comment. And so listen, guys, this is the honest truth. If you take a 16-month of steroids and you put on, say, 45 pounds of muscle or whatever, and you stop, you're going to lose a shit ton of muscle. Now, some people, I was talking to TNF, he says, well, no, if you only get to your natural genetic potential, you can keep those gains. Now, I know people who have used steroids and done this, and when they stop, they lose about half of their gains. And so if you think that you can just jump on this crazy first-year cycle and put on like 40 pounds of muscle, or even if it's 30, you're probably going to lose half. And what's going to happen, so you know, LH and FSH is going to be tanked. Your testosterone levels are going to go in the toilet. You're likely not going to get an erection. You're going to feel like garbage. It's going to be horrendous. It could take you perhaps a year to get back to normal. And so don't try to be the fake Natty and just go on gear for the first year and make all kinds of gains and lose it, because it's going to be a nightmare for you, and it's very, very unhealthy, and I strongly don't recommend it. It's all about being natural, guys. That is the truth after all. Until next time, I am out.
And so that is their response to this whole situation. But again, leaves a bad taste in my mouth. You already have so many people saying, oh, Hussein is a fake Natty, this and that. And I feel like Greg's whole philosophy around all this stuff is, his whole thing is, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. I'm not going to lie to you. But to me, this was, you lied. You lied in this instance. Regardless, as soon as Greg had made that comment, a lie was going on. No matter what, a lie was happening, because he was either lying about Hussein actually being natural, or he was lying in the fact that, you know, this polymorphism doesn't exist. So one of the two ways he was lying. And I think that would be okay if they just released that video and then at the end said it was a troll. But the fact that he had it sit with people for an extended period of time, to me, doesn't make that a troll anymore, and then it becomes a lie, and then obviously this was blowing up, and again, I feel so bad for Jeff Nippard, whose reputation is just getting tarnished for this stuff, when he's really just trying to speak the truth and what the science says, and he's went out of his way to defend Hussein, but then then Greg and Hussein do this, and then it makes Jeff look bad, and then it makes him look kind of even worse now that they're going back on it and that he made this apology. So I really think Jeff needs an apology here, and Greg and Hussein, this was not the right play, man. I can't lie. If anything, it leaves doubts in my mind, because I don't know when you're being truthful now. I'm just being honest. I'm a fan of both of you. I literally bought like $300 worth of your Momentous clothing. I absolutely love it, and I think this is, you know, the brand you guys have made is awesome. But as a fan of both of you, this wasn't it. So that's my opinion on this whole thing. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, it's a shame because you already had so many people doubting Hussein's Natty status. I just feel like this adds fuel to the fire for them to show that, you know, you guys aren't being genuine all the time, which is it's a shame. And again, I'm a fan of you guys, but this wasn't the play. But that's my opinion on the whole thing, guys. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.